Hello and welcome back to Master Gradius's 39th Let's Play of Icewind Dale complete, and I think we have solved this mystery. All we have to do is look at this table, study it carefully, and proceed from this symbol to that symbol to that symbol to the center. And I think that's the way we're gonna do it. Wish me luck. But just to be on the safe side, we're casting a protection from lightning on our heroine.
I am prepared. I hope.
Manus potentis paro.
You just tell me what you... Certainly.
There's the first one. There's the second one.
Help.
I could have sworn that was the second one. That is the second one.
Certainly.
I am prepared. I hope.
Manus potentis paro.
Yes. Agreed.
Yes? I'll get right on it. With haste.
A reasonable request?
I'm ready. Certainly.
Isn't that the one we did last time? There better be some noises after I touch it with my foot. You hear a loud click followed by 11 similar sounding clicks echoing throughout the room. Finally, you hear a loud clattering coming from the round table room. Let's go check it out.
I am ready. I am off. Labor calls me.
You hear an extremely loud clattering noise coming from the room through the secret door.
What is your will?
Aha.
Quickly now. I shall do my best.
Yes? That sounds reasonable.
I've time enough for a task. Labor calls me.
Let me know what you want. I'm on it.
Set me to work. I shall do my best.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What would you have me do? A reasonable request?
The massive gear mechanism for the retractable stairwell is still creaking from recent operation.
I am off.
Yeah.
Yes, I am off.
Note to Krillag, Chief Krillag. As you know by now, your master and creator is gone. Malavan, Sablik's associate, will now be handling all magical affairs in the dome north of the Artisans District. You are the strongest of your kind, and thus it is to you that I extend Sablik's badge of lieutenancy. Use it as a symbol of authority that I have loaned on you. If ever you and the others need to have audience with me, you must bring your badge with you. Think of it as a key, one of 6 keys to a lock. Do not lose it. I am placing you and the other Orogs in charge of defending the upper reaches of Dorn's Deep. It is your new home. Do with it what you wish, but always submit to my will and to the will of Ilmater. Your nearest peer is Craig Frostbeard in Wormstooth. If you are in need of assistance, call upon him and his kin for aid. Defend the stronghold with your lives, for if you survive in failure, your suffering will be monumental. If you have trouble understanding any portion of this letter, have Adinara or one of the other Drow mercenaries explain it to you. In the blood of our father, RBP.
I am ready. Agreed.
Defiler, have you two come to desecrate the remains of our home? Absolutely not. Then why do you disturb the Temple of Moradin? I'm merely passing through. That will prove rather difficult, as Terikan still layers in the tears of the dead. While he lives, you cannot pass. Terikan? Terikan is a wretched necromancer that came to Dorn's shortly after the strife that put an end to our community. He was aware of the tragedy that gripped Dorn's Deep and knew it would serve as fertile ground to continue his research. What was he researching? During the construction of the Deep, we had the misfortune of uncovering a cavern that housed an ancient vortice from the negative energy plane. Now, I don't know if some being from that plane felt our presence or if the vortice itself was disturbed by the intrusion, but shortly thereafter, undead began to appear. You're undead. And these undead invaded Dorn's Deep. At first it was merely a skeleton or two, nothing we couldn't handle, but over time we received more and more reports of undead sightings. In the end, I don't think any of us were prepared for what would become known as the Battle of the Dead. How did the battle begin? One morning our community awoke to the screams of the son of Jarmuth. He'd been playing with someone He'd been playing within some of the caves near the forge, and claimed he had seen a small group of skeletons. We sent a few men down to investigate. They returned badly wounded. What had they found? Hundreds of skeletons, zombies, ghouls, and other undead had suddenly appeared in the Vortis cave, preparing to attack the settlement. With time working against us, we assembled our remaining soldiers and went forth to vanquish the deceased. The dwarves would have been greatly outnumbered. No Dorn's dwarf... Oh, that's right, the undead are dwarves. No Dorn's dwarf would concede defeat while our community was threatened. Our wounded began to accumulate, and many of our brethren joined their attackers in spiritual unrest that day. Just as it appeared that we might have to retreat, a miracle occurred. A miracle? From within the tides of flesh and bone emerged Jarmuth, hacking at the dead around him with a fevered glee, bellowing with laughter. With each swing of his weapon, the undead around him disintegrated, regardless of whether he struck them or not. It was a beautiful sight to see, my friend. So the undead fell around him just by his presence? How is that possible? Jarmuth and our community were touched by Moradin that day. We later discovered the vortice that had brought forth the undead was somehow reversed, returning the spirits to their home within the negative plane of energy. Then Terikan came along. As a necromancer, he must have heard about the vortice, correct? Yes, once our community no longer inhabited these chambers, Terikan took up residence in the Hall of Heroes with a determination to restore the vortice. He is convinced that if he unlocks its secrets, he will be able to manipulate other vortices throughout Faerun. How? It seems the energies of the vortice would kill any man that approached it. Terikan knew no mortal could ever master the vortice. Shortly after his arrival in our home, he began preparing himself for the rituals necessary to become a Lich. Fortunately, Terikan must have neglected some of the proper enchantments, as the power he wields are inferior to much of his kind. If so, can you stop him? Terikan is much more powerful than I. I am fortunate I continue to inhabit these chambers with my own mind. Once Terikan learns of any dead within these halls, he seeks to destroy their will with his necromantic arts. Anything that lives he slays. I could destroy Terikan for you. That would not be an easy task. You cannot destroy Terikan by striking him down. It is his life force that sustains him, not his shell. Life force? Liches store their life forces within specially constructed phylacteries. Most liches go to great lengths to protect their phylacteries, often placing them in the remote locations where no one can find them, then safeguarding them with enchantments. Terikan, however, feels his phylactery is safest closest to him, and he has placed it within a crypt in the Hall of Heroes. So all we have to do is reach there and destroy it. The phylactery is not something that can be destroyed by common means. To destroy it, you'll need to remove it from this plane, a daunting task to be certain. no less daunting than the other impossibilities we've been forced to endure in coming north. How can we remove this phylactery from this plane? That is where fortune favors us. The very vortex that Terikan is studying can destroy him as well. It lies within the Hall of Heroes, inside the tomb of Jameth. Any undead being, regardless of power, is pulled back to that dreadful plane of existence upon entry into the tomb. That is why I have never been able to enter the tomb myself. So I would need to take the phylactery inside Jameth's tomb to destroy Terikan? That doesn't sound too difficult. But to reach the Hall of Heroes, you will need to pass through the Tears of the Dead, where Terikan resides. Not only that, but the great door to the Hall of Heroes is locked, and I'm certain Terikan possesses the key. If you defeat Terikan's physical form, make haste for the Hall of Heroes, for he will only be subdued for a short while. Oh boy. I don't know where all these places are. I'll see what I can do. Let me ask you another question. We are in need of aid. Look at this. He can raise dead. I'm guessing that keeping this undead cleric here is reason for this section to be particularly difficult. So let's save. That's a lot of ghouls.
Yes? Certainly.
Yes? Certainly.
I am prepared. I hope.
Yes. Fine, fine.
I stand ready.
Let's see if her undead ability will work. I'm not sure it will.
I'm ready. Okay. I trust
I am
you.
ready.
A
Agreed.
stout sword and sturdy shield can take you far. You just tell me, I'll get right on it.
What is your will? Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Quickly now. I shall do my best.
What can I do for you?
I've time enough for it. I am off.
Alright, that wasn't too hard.
We'll see about that. Go ahead. Sure. Yes?
Set me to work.
$1,400 for what? A white?
What would you have me do? I am off. Yes, certainly. Forward!
What is it you require?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am ready.
I'm ready. Sure.
What is your will? A reasonable request? There's
Into
work
the
to be
front!
done! Onward!
You just tell me what you need. We'll see about that. How may I serve you?
At your as best I can.
Quickly now.
May the gods guide my blows. Go!
Hmm?
I've time enough for a task. Certainly.
Good job, Gradius.
Set me to work.
Huh? Sure.
That's pretty good. Let's see if Garge can use that. This gives an AC bonus of 3, though. Yeah, I think the new shield is better because it increases his strength to 1800.
Yes? Agreed.
Ready. Yeah.
Let me know when my duty is clear.
What would you have me do?
This is an even better mage dagger. I get another 3rd level spell with this one. Okay, let's go up these stairs and
Yes.
see what challenges await.
A reasonable request?
Oh,
I am ready.
Mm-hmm. I await your orders.
I am ready.
You have my ear.
What is your will?
What can I do for you?
You have my attention.
Ah, more work to be done. Okay.
Go ahead.
where did he go?
Quickly now. Agreed.
Go ahead. Okay.
What
I
is your
trust you.
command?
What does exaltation do? Oh, not what I had in mind.
I await instruction.
Yes? Okay. I trust you.
Yes?
Do you require something of me?
Your command?
I've time enough for it. Labor calls me.
I'm ready. Okay.
Is he dead?
You just tell me. We'll see about that.
Set me to work. I shall do my best. What would you have me do? I will do as you ask.
Sounds good.
He's back.
What is it you require?
Yes? Labor calls me.
I am yours to command.
I think I'm ready.
What? Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I am prepared. That sounds reasonable.
Yes? Yes.
Can I help? Yeah.
I stand ready. With pleasure.
I'll try to keep this short.
Yes? Acknowledged. I am wounded. I need aid.
I am ready.
Let me know what you want.
Vita mortis cario.
How may I serve you? Right.
What is your... I am off.
I await your orders.
Vita
You
mortis.
have my ear. Yes.
Go ahead. Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your command? Acknowledged.
Uh-oh.
At your service. It shall be done.
What is your command?
Quickly now.
What can I do for you? Do you require something of me?
Yeah. Good.
Manus potentis paro.
I think I'm ready. I'm on it.
I've time enough for a task. I am off.
Okay, let's go through the door.
Set me to work. I am off.
Huh? Sounds good.
What would you have me do? Labor calls me. Yes?
I am yours to
Ready.
command.
Yeah. Sure.
I am ready.
Oh, I hope I don't get in the way. Ah, more work to be done. Okay. I trust you.
Eight damage resisted.
What is your will?
What? Good.
Quickly now. Agreed.
Can I help?
I've time enough for a task. Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I am prepared. I'm on it.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, that sounds reasonable.
Resnath's journal. I knew not of fear until today. It was not taught in my youth nor acquired through my years. Yet somehow it has suddenly arrived at my door, ready to consume all that which I have valued and all that I have loved. The humans, the elves, only they are capable of such character. Only they are able to bend when those around them needed them the most. Only they. I cannot face my people now, for I am a changed man, and I will not return to accept that of which I am undeserving. Please forgive me.
Set me to work. I will do as you ask.
Oh man, there's doors here too. A statue created in the likeness of a dwarven warrior. A plaque below appears to have been vandalized, making the former inscription impossible to read.
Huh? Sounds good.
Let me know what you want. That sounds reasonable.
We have acquired much magical items.
What would you have me do? I shall do my best.
Ready. Fine, fine.
I await your order. Understood.
Fine, fine.
Go ahead. Acknowledged.
Yes? I will do as you ask.
I think we can get rid of the dead cat. These materials are no longer highly prized.
What? Yeah.
Your command? Understood.
Can I help?
I think I'm ready. Agreed.
I am ready. Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I am prepared. Understood.
Yeah. Fine, fine.
Yes?
Huh?
Let me know what you want. I'm on it.
Journal of Yvain. The last weeks have been a blur, but I will recount as best as I can. Arriving at Dorn's Deep in the middle of the night did not lead to a warm welcome by the dwarves, especially with what had come to pass between our races. As expected, the dwarves were very apprehensive to what I had to say. There were too many fresh and open wounds between both our people. Situations like this are never easy, but I consider myself as good a diplomat as father, perhaps better. Oh, this is Larrel's daughter, who disappeared, and Larrel thought the dwarves killed her. Let's see what really happened. Each day spent in council with the dwarves did not end until late evening, and always in pure exhaustion. We argued and bickered over the recent past events. Although we still continued to spend countless hours in council, the dwarves began to trust that I hid no maliciousness behind my words. The dwarves agreed to a treaty in the name of the greater good for both our races later that week. I had been successful in my part. I saw hope for the first time in many months. The only thing left was to return home and convince my own people that this was our only chance at true salvation. The hardest part would be to convince Father, but he will listen. He must listen, else let our people face death. The next morning almost made the last few weeks' work in vain. A dwarven scout arrived and told of the largest orcish army he had ever seen was only hours away. With little time to prepare, our defenses were overrun and the orcs began to pour into Dorn's Deep. We began our retreat into the depths of Dorn's Deep. Key passages were collapsed to cover our movements and buy us time. Even in such dire conditions, this allowed the dwarves to control when and where we would fight. Every battle cost the orcs dearly as the dwarves fought on their terms, but we were still being driven farther and farther back. Even now, we make preparations to retreat further into Worm's Tooth Glacier. Even as grim as this sounds, I still hold hope. Hope that I will tell my father of how I fought side by side with our dwarven friends as in days of old. Hope that he will hear the tales of the dwarves who sacrificed their lives so that I may return home someday to reunite both our people. Hope to see my father's stubborn face once again. Unfortunately, due to some not so clever magic, both the dwarves and the elves have turned into undead wraiths.
What is your will? A reasonable request?
Ready. Good.
I await your orders.
Yes? Go ahead. Sure.
Quickly now. I will
I'll
do as you
my
ask.
best to keep myself out of trouble. Yes? We'll see about that. I stand ready.
I am ready.
Go ahead.
I've time enough for it. A reasonable request? Set me to work. I will do as you ask.
Go!
What would you have me? Labor calls me.
I'm ready. Sounds good to me.
Fine, fine.
I'll do my best to keep myself out of trouble.
Alright folks, we'll call it a video and I'll see you next time.